Guys, today is another dark day in Ukraine because we have a crazy and evil neighbor dying Russian Empire. In the result of another massive missile attack on Ukraine, 5 people were killed and hundreds injured. Unfortunately, these numbers grow. Russian propagandists claim they've destroyed a huge NATO base in Ukraine full of Swedish volunteers. In reality, they have killed 5, among whom an 85-year-old professor of ecology and a young ex-soccer player, both females. My name is Anna, and I vlog daily from Ukraine since the start of the brutal Russian invasion. So if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and help us fight. Informational warfare is very real, and democracy is in danger globally. And my longtime friends, check your subscription status and hit notification button. So 5 people were killed, hundreds injured in the result of maybe the largest missile attack of Russia on Ukraine. It is the second largest missile attack during the last 4 days. This is how they congratulate us with the new year. But I want to start with expressing my huge gratitude to those countries who support Ukraine with air defense systems, because counting all that Russia targeted on Ukraine, if we did not have your air defense systems and supplies, hundreds and thousands of Ukrainians would be dead. So thank you so much for investing in Ukraine and future normal world. I have decided to make a list of things that today Russia targeted on Kyiv and Kharkiv because it is awful how crazy they are. They practice this combined missile and shahed attacks because they distract the work of air defense systems and make it extremely complicated. So they have started with 35 shahed drones, 35 of which were stopped. And later they continued with 70 winged missiles X-101, X-555. Then they continued with, I've made a list, they've continued with 10 Kinzhal missiles, then 3 Kalibrs, 12 Iskander missiles, and 4 anti-radio location missiles. So literally they target Ukraine with everything that they have. Please subscribe to demonstrate your solidarity and help us spread messages about Russian war crimes and Ukrainian victories, because stopping 10 out of 10 Kinzhals is definitely an extremely good victory and demonstration of huge Ukrainian professionalism. 10 out of 10 Kinzhal missiles were stopped. Of course, we cannot measure what evil and sacrifice this brings to Ukraine, because human lives cannot be measured. But being very pragmatic, Forbes decided to count how much this attack on the 2nd of January cost Russian Federation. And you'd be surprised, $620 million, approximately $620 million. And that is from a country that does not have a normal developed economy, a country where not all people have toilets in their houses and there are no roads. I love watching this Russian publics that demonstrate life of cities, towns and village dip inside Russia with comments like, we still did not have war, but it already looks like a war-torn region. Russia is extremely poor and depressive. Those of you who traveled know I'm not lying, and even Russian trolls cannot give a counter argument to effect why people don't move to Russia. Why don't we see huge waves of immigrants traveling to Russia? Only out of Russia, because this is a land where it is impossible to live a happy and normal life. And they spread misery and evil. So, unfortunately, we have to fight with them until we stop them, because otherwise it is impossible. Sanctions, negotiations, they don't work. For example, debris of one of the missiles that were found today demonstrated the date of its production, the 4th quarter of 2023. I remember when this war began and normal countries were imposing sanctions on Russia, believing that their population will protest, pushing Putin, causing problems for Russian economy, believed they will run out of supplies and they won't be able to continue war. Voila! We have missiles that kill Ukrainians in 2024, finished in December 2023. They have allies like North Korea, like China. It may seem funny. All of these regimes are definitely absurd. When you look at Kim Jong-un, when you look at Botox Putin, it's all really funny. But at the same time, they are extremely united in spreading devastation and evil, and that's why it's super important for democratic powers and countries to demonstrate that we are stronger. We may be more adequate, more tolerant, more understandable, but at the same time we are stronger. And well, there are other phrases that you describe Ukrainian president, that he has what he has, so we have to demonstrate that we have that. Hope you understand what I mean. I know that now, various informational psychological operations are super popular. You can see it in comments below the most viewed videos on my channel too. Below various articles that demonstrate success or potential of Ukrainian armed forces. But it's extremely important not to follow these narratives, because we demonstrate good resilience. We've managed to achieve a lot, and even stopping the majority of missiles that they've targeted on Ukraine is also the demonstration of our strengths. To make it even better, perhaps I will finish this video with the quote of Ukrainian Minister of Foreign Affairs, Kalibr, whom I respect a lot, and he says, "We don't have to cry, we don't have to panic, we simply have to think, what shall we do next?" And we have to remain united. We have to ask our allies to help us with air defense systems. As you see, we greatly need them. And even countries like Poland and Romania from time to time suffer from Russian missile attacks. Also, we need support with drones and radio electronic warfare means. That's vital. But most importantly, we do need long-range missiles, because Russians understand they need to stop only when they taste their own medicine. They are not prepared to fight war inside their country. It's so brave, you know, to send an Iskander to kill Ukrainians from far away in Russia. It's ridiculous. They are sitting safely on Russian territory, knowing Ukrainians are not allowed to target them. This is BS. This is absurd. I cannot understand it. Why? And I hope that soon people will change opinion. And those who worry much about money, we have billions of Russian money frozen on various accounts. So let's use them to stop this oligarchy, criminal, terrorist regime. At the moment, it's the best solution, and it will not demand any expenses on your side. Actually, I think that's a perfect idea. And continued isolation. And no, please don't look for good Russians, because at this moment they are invisible. Thank you once again for your support and understanding. And one more good message that I've learned, it's not worth a separate video, but it looks like being so filled with hatred and targeting Ukraine with all the missiles, Russians also targeted their own villages in Voronezh Oblast. And even the Ministry of Defense reported on that, saying no one was killed, but 6 houses were destroyed. So I do understand there is a part of truth in this joke. Just let Russians watch them, observe them, and they will kill themselves. Maybe that's true, but we don't have that much time. So once again, thank you for your support, your kind words. Remember to join me on Instagram, Threads, and Twitter. I'm pretty active there. Also, we have a beautiful merch shop, and the link is below this video. And thank you for being patrons and buying me coffee. It is an honor to have you in my life and to feel your support daily. Slava Ukraini!